You're in your 20s, fresh out of school, starting a career, or maybe still figuring it all out. Let's be real. This decade is packed with new experiences, but it's also full of financial traps. What if I told you that the financial choices you make today can either set you up for life or leave you struggling? Sounds dramatic, right? Well, it is. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to break down the top 5 financial mistakes you absolutely need to avoid in your 20s if you want to build real wealth. And trust me, you don't want to make number 5. It could cost you years of progress.
Mistake number 1, relying on credit cards for everyday spending. Let's kick off with a big one. Credit cards are not free money, no matter how tempting that shiny piece of plastic looks. Swipe, swipe, swipe. It feels easy in the moment, right? But let me paint you a different picture. Fast forward 3 years. You've got a credit card bill you can barely keep up with, and that interest rate, it's eating you alive. Seriously, credit card interest rates are like the Kardashians. No matter how hard you try, they'll always be there, stealing your attention and your money. If you're putting daily expenses on credit without a plan to pay it off immediately, you're setting yourself up for a financial disaster. The key here, use credit cards only if you can pay them off in full. Otherwise, it's like borrowing from your future self. And trust me, future you isn't going to be happy about it. Mistake number 2, not saving for an emergency fund. Okay, this one's a bit less glamorous, but it's crucial. Imagine this, your car breaks down, your laptop dies, or worse, you lose your job. Do you have the cash to handle it, or are you reaching for that credit card again? Most 20-somethings don't, and that's a huge problem. Look, I know what you're thinking. An emergency fund? Isn't that something people in their 40s worry about? Yeah. Except emergencies don't care how old you are. Car repairs don't wait for your bank account to grow up. By saving just a small portion of your paycheck every month, even if it's just $50, you'll thank yourself when life throws you a curveball. That's the power of preparation, and it's how you avoid falling into debt when the unexpected happens. Speaking of saving, let's talk about one of the biggest missed opportunities in your 20s. Mistake number 3, not investing early. Here's the reality check. Your 20s are the best time to start investing. Why? Because you have one magic ingredient older folks can't buy: time. And time equals compound growth. But wait, before you say, I'll start investing when I make more money, let me ask you this. Do you really want to wait until you're 35, only to realize you could have had an extra 100K by then just from starting early? Missing out on years of compound growth is one of the most costly mistakes you can make. Start with what you have, even if it's just $50 a month. Over time, that money works harder for you than you can ever imagine. Mistake number 4, ignoring your student loans. Let's get real for a second. Student loans are not going to disappear if you ignore them. They'll still be there when you finish binging Netflix. The longer you wait, the more you owe. Interest keeps building like a never-ending avalanche. It's kind of like that closet you refuse to clean out. It's only going to get worse if you keep stuffing things in there. Tackle your loans head on, make a plan, start paying extra when you can. The faster you deal with them, the sooner they're off your back, and the faster you can focus on wealth building. Mistake number 5, living above your means. Now here's the grand finale. This mistake is the silent killer of financial progress. Social media makes it so easy to feel like you need to keep up. The newest phone, the latest fashion, fancy trips. But the truth is, living above your means can bury you in debt faster than you can imagine. Picture this. You're 30, working a job you don't love, but can't leave because you're drowning in credit card debt, car payments, and rent you can barely afford. All because you wanted to live like someone else. Scary, right? Well, if you want financial freedom, it's time to make a choice. Do you live for the moment now and pay for it later? Or do you make smart decisions today and live on your terms tomorrow? Now that you know the top 5 financial mistakes to avoid in your 20s, you're one step closer to building real wealth. But here's the thing, avoiding mistakes is only half the battle. The real magic happens when you start letting your money work for you. So, if you're ready to learn about the power of compounding and how it can literally transform your financial future, click on this video right here. Your future self will thank you for it. See you in the next one.